freewheeling cavalcade of circular motion, thus defined by the octagon table of double-wide mental introspection and dedicated utilitarian outward thinking in defense of zero content. Translation: we ain't got nothing. Hey folks, Dude here, coming to you again, another edition of Dude After Dark. This is going to be a potentially solo mission, as it were. I copped another 30-day, and basically Facebook was looking for any excuse to bump me off. And essentially what they did was they gave me a 30-day because somebody was posting up a story. It may have been on, Rush Limbaugh fans or one of those other pages I follow on Facebook. And they were talking about the fact that it's really not going to work out very good for Democrats in some aspect of some kind of chicanery or games that they were playing. And it's not going to be good for them in the long run. That, pretty much they're going to have something that's is just going to bite them in the rear. And it's just, well, one of those things that it's not going to be good. Okay. So essentially what I said was, basically that there, this, that, and the other thing's going to happen to them. I was like, burn it to the ground. No, sound guy. There was no dog involved. It was not one of those type of things. It was just me calling them on the fact that, I really, truly want this thing to happen, that, well, they get it bad. And it wasn't going to be ding. No, it was not going to be ding. Okay. I was thinking more along the lines of, I really, truly want them to just get, yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted them to get more than just a little bit of, yeah, I really wanted them to feel it, not enjoy the ride. And joking around with one of my buddies down in Australia, was like, basically in the Congress of the he and she, hopefully they were getting it down the logging road as opposed to the preferred method of entry. And there'd be a handful of sand that was sprinkled into the offending areas, as it were. So they'd be getting more than just a little bit of, no. There would be no snoo. They'd be getting death. Yeah, there was no, there was absolutely no, there was no snoo. Okay. I wanted to make sure that they were feeling, let's get ready to. Yeah. So anyway, I basically said, burn it to the ground. And in the process of saying such item, they were like, oh, no, yeah, well, we got a reason to hang something over you. And I contested it, which, of course, means this is crap. I'm calling it crap. You guys are inserting this. It's really just a bunch of crap. And they were like, that's nice. We're still going to hose you and enjoy the ride. So I basically now have another 30-day or 28 days at this point. Ride on Facebook's decidedly non-interactive protocol of we're just going to give it the old 1-2, as it were. All right, so looking at things as it is, yes, I made in a comment on this video, in the video description, we have no longer face huggers, and there's a couple of storylines I have going along with this one. But for domestic flights, most situations you're going to be encountering public transportation, the mask mandate is, well, it's gone, okay? It's no longer around. And we can say most assuredly it's okay, because there was a Florida Supreme Court justice, I think it was, or Supreme Court judge, said that the CDC, also known as the the Center for Disease Control, also known as the Communists for Centralization and Dominion, and never mind. But anyway, they basically overreached. So they didn't get to do what they wanted to do, and this judge slapped it down. And I got a couple continuing storylines going on this one. Well, first and foremost, Peppermint Punksaki is miffed. She's just not a happy camper. And it could be said that, well, she is going to do those things in way, shape, and form that, she's just going to be, how do you say this without saying this? Well, I actually snuck in and I actually did have opportunity to ask her a question. And, well, let's just say it was her standard case of just speaking out of her ass, as it were. Hang on a second, I got pop-ups all over this stupid thing. This one coming in from patriotalerts.com, and Peppermint Punksaki is not happy, and she's lashing out at the airlines, no longer mandating mask mandates. But I managed to get in there and pose her a question. Hey, Jen Psaki, 80s Podcast Channel News. Is Joe Kaka still viable? Yeah, again, she was talking out of her ass. Anyway, so basically she's pissy. How pissy is she? Well, she's pissy, okay? There's just no way other than to say simply she's just gonna be on board with this, mostly because she's so beholden to the CDC. And yeah. Oh yeah, I've had a really hard day. Been banging down a ton of iced tea, and I finally got to duck Hillary. A couple minutes of quiet here in the men's room. Ooh, I need to do this. Hey, what are you doing here, Hillary?
Oh, wait, Bill, I'll show you how it's done.
Sound guy, that sound file is more than just slightly dated. No, I said she was getting pissy, not Bill and Hillary getting doing that. Okay, I said she's being pissy. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki lashed out at Florida court, striking down the Biden administration's lawless, unscientific mask mandate from the comfort of Air Force One on Tuesday. Quote, well, I would note, space. Well, I've seen those videos. Anecdotes are not data, right? End quote, she replied. Quote, and certainly that does not tell a part of the story. We don't make these decisions based on politics or based on political whims on a plane or even in a poll. But I would note in polls and data, lengthy data, there's a whole lot of people in this country who still want to have masks in place. Okay. Jen Psaki. Let me introduce you to a new and novel concept. It's called wear one if you wish. Don't wear one under mandated arm twisting. You're going to wear it or else we're going to slap a fine on you. Freedom of expression, freedom of movement, freedom under those aspects of items of which the Constitution you seem to wipe your behind with. You have no inkling, understanding, or even the slightest momentary grasp of human decency to even realize that some people are sick of wearing the damn face huggers already. Its time has passed. The effectiveness or the efficacy, shall we say, of a mask in the first place is mandated as something I've always described as trying to stop mosquitoes with a chain link fence. Take a hula hoop, okay? That would be the pores in a mask. Take a virus. It's about the size of a BB. Is there much interference between that BB going, oh yeah, and get sucked into the mask by you inhaling and exhaling air? Psaki, stick to your day job. You have no inkling, clue, or even the moment's intelligence to even describe this thing other than to look stupider than what you've already done. Shut your mouth. You're a professional blabbermouth, and in this case, you really truly don't know what the hell you're talking about because people are sick of playing your game. You will pay for this come November. Trust me on this one. Psaki was also asked if the Biden administration intends to appeal the federal court's ruling. Quote, on the mask mandate, why the DOJ is not appealing that, a reporter asked. And does the administration risk taking away some of their options for the future, especially if there's some new variants, he continued. Quote, on Psaki's part, well, unless something's happened when I got on this plane, I don't think we've made any announcements at this point in this time. Yeah, because you're looking at an election taking place in November, and you are going to get, well, how do I say this without saying this? There's a lot of people also in all your minority aspects that are really pretty much sick of your crap. I think you're going to get more than a little bit of deep, hard, and thorough. Prepare for that one. You might want to put on some lipstick, get in a comfortable position, realize that, well,
Come on, squeal. But I pooped from there.
because that ain't the way to entry. We've said, quote, we have said from the start that our COVID response will be guided by science and data and by the experts. Okay, if you're listening to Fauci, he's the reason why many people died. There seems to be some problem that's still ongoing with, oh yeah, the AIDS crisis. Guess who was in charge of that one? Yeah, Fauci. He's consistent, folks. He's not the fix to the problem. You look at the room here. Patriot Fever. Saki not happy. What a happy day. Patriot Fever reporting as usual. Appreciate you coming on board, sir. Let's see here. So yeah, Peppermint Pisaki is not a happy camper, which that's pretty much her standard state of being because she's just how do you say this without saying this? She's just one of those people. Okay. Anyway, so looking at her continuing thing, I really find amazing about Democrats and liberals in general, socialists, communists, whatever you wish to call them. They always posit the notion of the other guy doing that which they're doing at the time to try to defuse the fray and deflect. All the good D's there. Anyway, so they basically say, oh, no, this is not mandated by politics and this and the other. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. The more that you have people scared and listening to your Bravo Sierra, the more you can control that you have over them. So when people stop listening, stop playing your games, and also do that one thing that Gandhi was absolutely epic at, nonviolent resistance, you guys have lost your power. And your mantra of, oh no, be scared, doesn't fly any longer. Okay? So keep pushing that mantra and see where it flies. But I don't think it's going to really work out for you. Quote, so a reporter again. So they might still appeal what you're saying, a reporter followed up from Pisaki. It typically, space. Yeah, it typically takes a couple of days to review and make an assessment, she said. The Biden administration on Monday released a statement in response to the federal courts on Friday, striking down the national mask mandate for airlines and other public transportation. Quote, the agencies are reviewing decision and assessing potential next steps. In the meantime, today's court decision means the CDC's public transportation masking order is not in effect at this time. However, the TSA will not enforce the security directives and emergency amendment required mask use in public transportation hubs at this time. CDC recommends people wear masks and indoor, blah, 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 blah. Translation, we can't do it, so you're going to have to just
blow it out your ass.
Exactly. Thanks, Duke. Yeah, you're just going to have to just, you're not going to get what you're going to get, okay? So anyway, scrolly. They are pissy, not happy, whiny, bitchy, complainy. Call it what you will. And I do have more news stories on that one. I don't know if you guys heard about this one or not. This guy, oh my stars and garters. You want to talk about a nasty little device of evil here. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard about this guy or not. And the stupid pop-up got me again. I hate that thing. But anyway, there's one also coming from Patriot Alerts. A high-profile, big-spending Democrat donor was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison for his role in distributing illegal drugs that resulted in the death of 2 black people. It should be noted the 2 deaths were of black men. Black Lives Matter, right? Ed Buck. B-U-C-K. And why the F they were messing with Buck, I have no bucking idea. Was found guilty on 9 counts of drug-related charges last summer, including distributing methamphetamines that led to fatal overdoses. Wait a minute, brothers don't do meth. That must be some very, hey man, try this. This is the white guy drug. Even brothers can enjoy. Well, anyway, as prosecutors revealed, there was a disgusting layer of perversion and manipulation in which amounted to a significantly larger operation. Yeah. Buck was a well-known contributor to Democrat circles. Over the years, he funded far-left radicals in California, including Clueless Representative Ted Lieu, Lieu, the evil and corrupt Governor Gavin Newsom, and even presidential presidential candidates like Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. All told, he gave more than 40 California office holders and filed DNC coffers to the tune of over $500,000. That's not that much money when you think about things. But anyway, so he was equally prolific in the LGBTQ, XYZ, PDQ, blah, 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 gibberish, many symbols, circles. Several outlets also reported the insidious role of drug distribution entailed a quid pro quo. Buck would provide drugs in return for sexual favors. The Daily Wire noted Buck, quote, Buck had been exchanging drugs for sexual favors, which led to the overdose deaths of 2 black men in his West Hollywood, California apartment. NBC News reported the prosecutors sought a life sentence for Buck, noting he preyed on the vulnerable to fulfill his sexual fetish. So he drugged out black dudes. I guess. I don't understand that part. Fox went on to write, in a motion Wednesday, the prosecutor said Buck should be held at $4 million bail because he's, quote, a violent, dangerous sexual predator, end quote, who offered drugs, money, and shelter to mainly addicted and homeless men in exchange for participating in sexual fetishes, including a fetish that included administering dangerous doses of drugs. Buck had, quote, no regard for human life, the motion said, end quote. What is it with mega dem donors in the exchange of sexual services? Ed Buck, while not a household name as much as Jeffrey Epstein, nevertheless operated in a similar world. Both men grew influential, powerful, and wealthy as kingsmakers and donors in the corrupt political underworld. In response to the news, which likely wasn't much of a surprise, many of the recipients for Buck's money publicly distanced themselves from the outed disgrace. The aforementioned Lieu noted he would be donating $18,000 to charity. Illinois Representative Raja Krishnamurthy made a similar announcement. However, not everyone by the scores of beneficiaries of Buck's illicit gains have been as outspoken. Fox News noted that multiple requests for comments from both Obama and Hillary teams remain unreturned. Wonder why that is. Quote, but former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and former President Barack Obama remained quiet on the subject in January, and their spokesperson on Wednesday did not respond to Fox News requests for a comment on what they would do with their donations from Buck. Well, I think that they're a little bucked up right now, but I think Buck really bucked them hard. What would you like to know what these countries' supposed leaders do with the money from these vile scumbags like Epstein and Buck? Another day, another Democrat scandal getting brushed under the rug. My. Let's see. Biden administration responds to federal court striking down the national mask mandate for airplanes and public travel. Let's see here. Why is this blinking at me? Let's see here. Let's go. Not hit the pop-up this time. Patron alerts, if you don't have an ad blocker, they're a little insidious here. Anyway, so this one's coming in from patriotalerts.com. Biden administration response to federal court striking down national mask mandate for airplanes and public travel. The Biden administration has just released a statement in response to the federal court in Florida striking down the national mask mandate for airlines and other public transportation. Quote, the agencies are reviewing the decision and assessing potential next steps. Translates, and we don't know what the buck to do. In the meantime, today's court decision means the CDC's public transportation masking order is not effective this time. Therefore, the TSA will not enforce its security directives and emergency administering mask use on public transportation and transportation hubs at this time. CDC recommends people continue to wear masks in indoor public transportation settings. Sounds a lot like the Psaki thing. Now, here's the best part about this whole bucking story. The judge that struck down the national mask mandate, Catherine Kimball Mizell, is a 35-year-old judge who clerked for Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Now that is I got this one, sound guy. That is just completely Semper Fi, Marines. Carry on. Unbelievably rah. Wow. That is bad. You know what? This is the kind of person I would like to see on the Supreme Court. Why? I don't know, because she looks at the Constitution as an original document and goes, oh, that's what the intentions was of the founding fathers. Not that it's a living document. No, we got to define something different under female and male. And, if the plumbing's slightly different, Patriot fever in the room. What exactly does it mean to clerk for a judge? Okay, well, let's just say that you're a special standout individual who is a lawyer, or you might be a judge, but you're a baby judge. You're a local judge or a circuit judge or something along those lines. And when you clerk for a Supreme Court justice, that's like hanging out with the professor who is like, the doctor, PhD level guy, and going, let me impart to you some of my hard acquired wisdom, and let me switch that into your brain pan so you know which way to steer yourself and how to judge things correctly. I would say, if anybody needs to be on the Supreme Court next, this person right here. Number one, she's young. Number two, she's a female. Number three, she's also worked with somebody of such high rapport as Clarence Thomas. That is just the kind of person you want to have on the Supreme Court. I would say unbelievably apt when Mr. Thomas resigns, basically because he's not a young guy anymore. She would be an awesome shoo-in for his position. Watch that person. That she would be absolutely epic to stand in his shoes. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if you heard about this one or not, but supposedly, I don't know why we didn't see this coming, but President. Yeah, you don't know who he is? The name is. I like the fart at the end. That always tickles me. Joe Kaka thinks he's got a chance in hell of, yes, it's coming from RepublicanDaily.com. Just in, Joe Kaka thinks he's a shoo-in for a second term. Yeah. Yeah, so thinks he's not in the situation where everybody sees him as, well, no, sound guy, no. Some people don't see him as, some people are actually going, I could vote for, I was going to say Joe Biden, but sure. That fits too. Thanks, sound guy. I got it now, okay? Kaka, we got it. Kaka. We got it, okay? You've been kaka to death here. We all got it. We got it, okay? Would you stop with the ding? Every time I'm just, ready to make another thought happen and bing, bing, bing. Stop at the ding, okay? No more ding, all right? We're done. No more ding. Oh, no, don't start with the quack either, okay? No quacks. No quack.
The name's James.
All right, on that note, to this point, Joe Biden has danced around the idea of running for a second term. His handlers have indicated his plans while leaving the door open for other circumstances to arise. When the president has spoken on it, he's even vaguer, mentioning his health and suggesting that Donald Trump possibly running again would be a deciding factor. A firm commitment has been largely elusive. I guess that's just what they told him to say that day. According to Hildo, Biden is committed to staying in the game. President's made comments to Barack Obama during the latter recent White House comeback tour. Why is Obama in a comeback tour? He's just... No, he's not quack. No, he's not quack. It could be said that, Obama doing a third term is... No, it's just not going to happen. Mostly because... No, it's not meep, okay? He's a lame duck, man. I mean, he's not going to really do it again. It could be said that there's going to be more than enough people that just see it just can't be good. Okay, it just can't be good. In Brussels last month, he told reporters he'd be very fortunate to run against his rival in the 2020 election, former President Trump. Quote, I believe he thinks he's the only one. Oh, God. I quote, I believe he thinks he's the only one who can beat Trump. I don't think he thinks that there's anyone in the Democrat Party who can beat Trump, and that's the biggest factor. A familiar source with the Obama Biden talks said that is like painful to read. I wonder who brought this up. Was it Obama fishing for another Biden? Or what, fishing whether Biden was delusional enough thinking run for re-election with a probable sub 40 approval rating as an 82-year-old? Or did the current president share his delusion voluntarily, continue to believe he's got some special power when it comes to quote-unquote beating Donald Trump? What if Trump isn't the GOP nominee, though? I would love. Hang on a second here. I got to. Thor's hammer. I would love to see DeSantis running as the presidential guy on the RNC side. As much as Trump did good, I'm thinking Biden would be really. Biden would just. How would you say this without saying this? I'm thinking Biden would just. Yeah, he would just. Yeah, he would just, yeah, right in the undies, just, yeah, it'd be like, oh no, I'm dealing with it. Yeah, oh, yeah. And then what could you say? But, well, yeah, and, yeah. Oh man. Another thing too is I don't know if you guys have seen the videos, but there's videos now of him just walking around conjittered, trying to shake people's hands that aren't there, staring at like the curtain behind him, going, and then you hear the transmission going clunk in the gear, and he goes, oh, right, yeah, I gotta turn to the right. Or somebody's going, Mr. President, Mr. President. Why not a Trump DeSantis ticket would log up the swing state of Florida? Dems wouldn't be like, we can't impeach Trump, then we are stuck with DeSantis. Only thing that I really truly fear about that one is, as well as Florida is being run right now, who would be the guy to replace somebody as ballsy as, DeSantis? That's my only fear, is right now Florida is just like a don't jack with me situation. This one I find unbelievably hilarious. Coming in from can't talk today. Coming in from RepublicanDaily.com. Oh, my stars and garters. Brian Schlossler or whatever your big bald head's name is. There's a new guy running things, and there's a new sheriff in town at CNN. Oh man, new ownership of CNN, and Dennis Laszloff, the Warner Brothers Discovery head who's taking over the conglomerate that includes CNN and a variety of other entertainment networks, is speaking out about his intentions. He sat down with Oprah Winfrey last week. Does Oprah even have a show, or is it just a podcast? Outlined some of the changes that will be coming and bashed advocacy networks. I think that's buzzwords for really left-leaning, Trump-bashing, non-news entity, opinion-based crap. I mean, it's just that's about really the only way to describe what CNN has become from his former just, ability to put stuff out there and just, do things correctly. I mean, it really have just they really have just fallen by the they just not even in a good way. Not even in a good way. I mean, you think about the lines of like where they used to be. you basically had the sonorous voice of James Earl Jones, or this is CNN, that the Darth Vader thing going on, and then you see them doing like news stories out in the middle of like war zones, Iraq and whatnot. That's stuff that they don't do nowadays. Usually they pretty much sit in the room and go, "Oh yeah, Trump sucks, and these Republicans are this, that, and the other thing, and Democrats are so great, and rah rah, yeah, yes, 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 oh, so amazing, that's really all they do at this point. So the CNN told Winfrey that CNN needs to be about reporting and truth and facts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does that sound over remotely like, somebody's going to get cleaned out? Yeah, it's sounding like, potentially the, uh-oh. Here comes the boss. He's about to clean house. All of you, out of here. Anyway, quote, if we get that, we can have a civilized society, he said. And without it, it all becomes advocacy. We don't have a civilized society. But even before that, billionaire media mogul John Malone, a close confidant of Zaslav, and a board member of the combined company criticizing CNN for its slanted coverage, quote, I would like to see CNN evolve back to the kind of journalism that it started with and actually have journalists, which would be unique and refreshing, Malone said during a CNBC interview last November. I do believe that good journalism could have a role in the future portfolio that Discovery, Time Warner's going to represent. Uh-oh. Yeah, you better bring in a big old tub of KY because somebody is just going to get it, and it's not going to be fun when they get it. Because somebody... No, not that one, sound guy. Yeah, they're going down. Under Zucker's successor, Chris Licht, an executive producer with stints at The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Oh, what a loser show is that? And MSC's Morning Joe. What a really loser show is that? CNN's expected to get an overhaul that includes more hard news and less opinion programming, sources told the Post. A news network that's actually giving news. How refreshing. How refreshing. According to Fox's Charlie Gasparino, people who know him tell me that the following: with Zucker out, Zas has no allegiance with CNN Plus or its people. If subs don't begin to grow, he will likely fold it to another streaming service, Discovery Plus, and lop off a chunk of the people Zucker hired. To cut costs, it will probably also scale back on some of the programming ambitions while focusing on other parts of the Warner Media empire. So much for streaming saving CNN. Could be said that some of these guys are going to be looking at probably job hunting because they might just get more than a little bit of, how do I say this without saying this and still being somewhat nice about it? Bye-bye. All right. So anyway, that's the other thing too. I mean, you're looking at the hard numbers right now. CNN is flat, man. I don't know if you heard about this one or not. There's a really hilarious, and I could not begin to tell you how good this is. Something that is so blisteringly effective that when they really have to come at you on some way off of the platform. Anyway, so there is a TikTok kind of thing that really is funny. Hang on a second. Hear me find this. I think it's actually on. Where is that? Let me pop that up real quick. Okay, it's a Twitter page. That's what it is. It's a Twitter page, and I cannot begin to do this one justice. It is called the Libs of TikTok, and the account responds accordingly after formerly tearful Washington Post reporter doxes them. Man, you want to talk about one of the biggest, how do I say this? I really want to be absolutely blatant here, but how do you say this without saying this? I got it right here. I got it, sound guy. One of the biggest, I got it. Ussies. Ussies. POCs. One of the biggest POCs is a disaffected liberal who has to dox you to try to shut you up. So, Washington Post, quote, technology columnist slash reporter, end quote. Taylor Lorenz made waves early this month when she appeared on MSNBC for an interview in which she proclaimed personal information about her had been shared online. Because of that, she tearfully claimed that she had, quote unquote, severe PTSD, end quote, and had contemplated suicide due to the amount of online harassment she alleges she received the result of doing her job, which in a nutshell involves online harassment of social media users, some of whom post anonymously out of fear of retribution from opposition and or their employers. Now, this one's also coming in from RepublicanDaily.com, but she says she has severe PTSD and breaks down during the MSNBC interview. Lawrence, whose responsibilities seem to include trying to become buddy-buddy with troubled teenage children and famous political figures, has become infamous for simultaneously portraying herself as a victim while at the same time victimizing others via witch hunt campaigns designed to name and shame people who post politically incorrect viewpoints. When Fox News host Tucker Carlson blistered Lawrence, who at the time worked for the New York Times in March 2021, over her trying to have it both ways, the usual suspects jumped into action by accusing him of misogyny and then trotted out dumb words or violence arguments to try to defend themselves. Now, here we are 2 weeks after Lawrence's MSNBC segment on online harassment went viral. She's out with her latest piece where we learned she doxed the popular Libs of TikTok Twitter account, going so far as to track down family members of the person who runs the account. So, the Libs of TikTok had a post up on Twitter, and it said, "Hi, at Taylor Lorenz." So, obviously, linking to her Twitter. Which of my relatives did you enjoy harassing at most in their homes yesterday? And there's a picture of her probably standing in front of the door, and either the Ring camera got her, or somebody took her picture. She was standing out the front door, being all snarky. What the Libs of TikTok account does in a nutshell is simply find victims posted on TikTok social media platform by bat-crazy far-left teachers and others in similar positions of influence in local communities and repost them to the LOTT Twitter account. They've been suppressed and suspended a number of times by the Twitter powers that be and now being targeted by so-called journalists as well. That means they're effective at showing the leftards being leftards. For the apparent crime of simply amplifying the wacko rantings and ravings and calls to action of the radical left that were already out there, Taylor Lorenz has stated on a number of occasions that the online harassment is the sharing of personal information online is never okay. Sought to punish them with the blessing of the higher-ups of the Washington Post. Language warning. Libs of TikTok. Katie Herzog. Online harassment is terrible. It should never be tolerated unless it comes from my enemies, in which case it's fine. Taylor Lorenz, I know you're joking, but doxing, stalking, trying to hurt or smear people's loves, threatening them is not okay in any situation. People, and I do mean PPL. I hate when people do that stuff. That's just stupid. People on here who constantly stroke those politicized outrage campaigns want to dismiss it. Glenn Greenwald, and I don't know who he is. Effing unbelievable at Taylor Lorenz, after sobbing on national TV 2 weeks ago, claims she's the victim of harassment, shows up at the house of relatives of the citizens behind Libs of TikTok and badgered them, according to Libs of TikTok. These bullies claim to be bullied. As of right, this Lawrence is trying to defend herself on Twitter, but disingenuously suggesting the information on LOTT was already publicly available, but for some reason, she has to explain why she felt it was necessary to track down family members of the person behind the LOTT account as well. Perhaps the family members are teenagers, since the vulnerable age group seems to be essential for Lawrence to get close to in order to obtain information regarding the quote-unquote stories she seeks. She's also yet to explain how revealing the person's real name behind the account in the vital interest of the public good, which supposedly on the basis of the story, because perhaps she can't. LOTT readers and viewers that they were, the LOTT assured readers and viewers they were in a safe location following the publishing of the report of their account and has vowed to come back stronger than ever, which is good to hear. What's not good to know is that Lawrence, who 2 weeks ago publicly begged people to be sympathetic to her alleged online harassment plight, she obviously thinks it's okay to hold herself to a different standard than one that she holds others. I got to tell you, man, if anybody does that doxing thing, and people have doxed me before, and I told them in no uncertain terms, come on by. I got more than enough friends that go bang, bark, or boom, And I got plenty of ways to make you have the hurt on you in way, shape, and form you don't want to know. Come on by. I don't know if you guys heard about this one or not, but Ilhan Omar. Yeah, that butt bung. PatriotAlerts.com. Been pulling a lot of the stories. Why do you hate Christians? Representative Omar slammed for anti-Christian tweet on Easter. Now, what is she referencing? Well, there was a chartered flight of Christians who were essentially flying on Easter and singing songs, praying, basically paying homage to that religion of which they hold dear. And yeah, it might be a little annoying, but you know what? It's a chartered flight, and you kind of know what you're going to get when you're on a chartered flight. Hello? It's all the same people on the same plane. Just give me 1 second here. So Ilhan Omar at Ilhan MN. I think my family and I should have a prayer session next time I'm on a plane. How do you think it will end? I really don't give two squats if somebody prays, pointing their ass towards one way and their head towards Mecca and all the rest of that fun stuff. I really don't care. As a matter of fact, one time Mrs. Dude and I were making a flight. We were coming back from Florida, and there happened to be Buddhist monks. I walked up to one of them immediately. It was like, basically, paying honor, hello, and then she explained to me what the prayer is, the lotus blossom, blah, blah, blah. She gave me the run through, why that means something. And I was appreciative of learning something about their faith and whatnot, because I really don't know Buddhism that well. So I come back to Mrs. Dude, and she's like, so what was going on? It's like, oh, that's a female Buddhist monk. The whole crowd of them is nothing but chicks. She's like, really? It's like, I got no problem at all with this flight. She's like, what do you mean? It's like, how lucky can you not be to be flying on a plane with a bunch of Buddhist monks? It's like, they're like the nicest people around. Everybody likes the Buddhists. They're like non-confrontational. If you want to know about the religion, they'll tell you about the religion. It's not that they run up to go and, hey, let me tell you about the blah, blah, blah. You got to learn about the so-and-so. They don't do that, okay? So that was a flight where I felt extremely comfortable knowing we're good. So anyway, quickly responding, Ilhan is slamming her for her anti-Christian stance. Governor Representative Vernon Jones said, why do you hate Christians, Ilhan? If the freedom of religion we enjoy here in America disturbs you, feel free to pack your bags and return back to Somalia, Sudan, or wherever you're from. Take your brother with you. Wow. Another Republican candidate, Jose Castillo, tweeted, in America, Muslims can do and pray in public. If she wants a country where Christians aren't allowed to do the same, Omar should go back to her own country, referring to the deeply Muslim nation of Somalia, which is where Ilhan is from. Another Republican, Cicely Davis, tweeted, Qatar, a country you're very familiar with, plays Islamic prayers on the intercom before takeoff on the planes. They have a designated prayer area, and coordinates for Mecca is posted on the screens. It's no problem. The issue is you hate Christians and Jews and lots of Muslims. It gets even better than that, folks. Mostly because I decided to do a little bit of research, and I posted something on her Twitter account. So I basically had to abbreviate it, but essentially what it is a lot of people really totally don't know this part about the Quran. The Quran actually mentions Jesus a lot. And I don't mean just a little bit. I mean a lot. So anyway, in the Quran, Jesus is mentioned 187 times. The Quran places Jesus among the greatest prophets and mentions him with various titles. He's referred directly or indirectly over 187 times, and is thus one of the most mentioned people in the Quran by references. 25 times by the names Isa, third person 48 times, first person 35 times, and the rest as titles. Now, why does that mean something? Well, here's the reason why. In the Quran, Jesus is described as Messiah, or Al-Masih, I think it is. Excuse my Arabic, I'm not good at it. Born a virgin, performed miracles, accompanied by disciples, rejected by the Jewish establishment, being raised to heaven. The Quran asserts that Jesus wasn't crucified nor died on the cross, but was miraculously saved by God. He is believed to have been one of only two humans been born, quote-unquote, sinless, along with his mother, Maryam. The Quran places Jesus among the greatest prophets and mentions him with various titles. He's referred directly or indirectly over 187 times, and thus is the most mentioned person in the Quran. But it's referred to as I mean, it really, really, really gets deep in there. It's one of those things where, you know, there's actually a book of one of the books is actually written to describe, you know, Jesus in the Quran. So he's not a stranger to the Arabic community, and he's definitely somebody of note. So anyway, Ilhan, you might want to read up on the book because supposedly you're of the religion of peace. You might want to do a little bit more research. Cop whiz. Christianity is not a religion; it's a reality, and the saints are. And we saints are going home soon. The Antichrist, Satan, and coming. Isha ibn Maryam is not the true Jesus. Yahshua is the Messiah, not just a prophet. Yeah, well, I know, dude, but it's the way that they describe stuff in the Quran. Okay. Stephen Albers, appreciate you coming by, dude. Son of the Most High God, not just a prophet. Well, we know these things. Okay, I got it. You know, basically seen as the Messiah or the Mashiach in the, you know, in Hebrew. Favorite. CNN flat like all their supposed female. I mean, non-gendered. I mean, I should shut up now. Oh man. Comp whiz. Muslims do not believe in the true Jesus. You need to in order to find life eternal. Sorry, friends. And you know what, dude? It's cool. MPQ 1963. Absolutely, dude. Appreciate you coming by and checking us out tonight. Let's see. Let me go back. Going back to the mask mandate stuff yet again. Give me 1 second here. I gotta take a swig. Okay. Supposedly, 2 major airlines said, Thor's hammer, we're keeping the mask mandate. You won't wear a mask on our planes. No, they backed down. Oh man, it gets funny. 2 major airlines announced they will continue to enforce the Democrat President Joe Biden's mask mandate on public transportation, despite a federal judge ruling on Monday the mask mandate was unlawful, must be terminated. Both United and American Airlines. Okay, remember how I keep saying I'm not ever flying on United, American, Spirit? There's a reason why. Yeah, well, they said that they're going to keep the mask mandates on. That didn't last. Basically, what happened is they both backed down. Oh, United released a new statement in the publication of the story saying that they're no longer required on flights. So does that leave American Airlines as the sole requirer of masks on board flights? Let's do a little search. Let's just do a little search here. Let's just do a little search. Does American Air... Hang on a second here. I have a little typing issue. Airlines require masks. This will be interesting to find out if they both back down. Update on federal mask mandate. American Airlines Group, Inc. In accordance with the Transportation Security Administration order enforcing federal masks, face masks will no longer be required. They both backed down. I think what it was is they realized a bunch of people were just looking at that going, do we really need to fly with these 2 airlines, or can we just go over to Southwest? And Southwest, as soon as Southwest found out about it, they're like, you don't need to wear them. So does United and does American Airlines now realize that people aren't going to put up with it? That is just too blanking funny for words. I don't know if you guys heard about this one or not, but frosted nasty charms, they're magically so nauseous. Yeah, this one coming in from conservativefighters.co. The FDA is now investigating a popular children's cereal after receiving over 100 complaints. It caused illness. It shouldn't be that you eat a breakfast cereal and then really feel like just no, that should not be part of a nutritious breakfast, okay? At all. So anyway, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's opened an investigation of popular breakfast cereal Lucky Charms after receiving, quote, dozens of complaints regarding potentially tainted batches of the General Mills product. Yeah. FDA spokesman told CBS News Saturday they received over 100 complaints of nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting after consuming the product. That's not normally something you want to be going, oh, this breakfast cereal. Oh, I just gotta choke it down. I'll be all right if I just finish the bowl. Frosted Lucky Charms. Oh, they're magically delicious. Yeah, they're so magically delicious. Yeah, they shouldn't. I'm not cock off a Cocoa Puffs comp quiz. So anyway, they now say General Mills insists the product is not responsible for the illnesses based on its investigation. Well, guys, that was like an inside thing. A larger statement provided by the Business Insider spokesman Andrea Williamson said, quote, food safety is our top priority. We take consumer concerns reported via a third-party website very seriously. Although, after a thorough internal investigation, we've not found any evidence that those complaints were attributed by our products. We encourage consumers to please share any concerns directly with General Mills to ensure they were appropriately addressed. Yeah, Frosted Lucky Charms are magically... Oh, man. I really don't eat that sugar-encrusted crap much anymore. Reports regarding the issues with Lucky Charms begin to pop up December 2021 on the website iwaspoisoned.com. According to NBC News, the site claims over 1,000 people made reports of a stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, and colorful stools after they or their children consume the sugary stuff. Oh, man. So basically, you eat this. Oh, man. So anyway, you eat this stuff, and it was like, I might have colorful stools. Oh, jeez. Oh. Part of a nutritious breakfast. Oh, man. The pace of the complaints picked up after claims were mentioned by Saturday Night Live Saturday Night Live weekend update hosts Michael Che and Colin Jost last weekend. The FDA has not issued a recall of the virus, which remains entirely possible that it is a norovirus, thus, which is making the rounds in the United States, is independently responsible for the outbreaks. No, I think it might be a case of
blow it out your ass.
It's not. No, sound guys, stop. It's not a case of blowing out your ass. Oh, Cop Whiz, that one's a rainbow. Hey, there's a light hack. Jeez. Oh.
Ew.
Mommy, the toilet bowl's got a rainbow in it. Oh, would you stop with the Law and Order done already? Jeez. FDA advises consumers that have concerns about any potentially adulterated food product to alert the FDA, and if practicable, keep a portion of the unused food product so they can be appropriately tested for contamination. Dude, seriously? Wow. Cop Whiz, I'm not cock off for Cocoa Puffs. I just want to see Ice-T going, yeah, man, that bowl of cereal is going to make somebody sick. I say we give it an investigation. All right. I don't know if you heard about this one or not. Excuse me. Nose is running. I hate that. I don't know if you guys heard about this one or not, but supposedly this is getting really, really jacked up. But the leftards are playing politics. And you got to hear this. This is so all over the map You will not believe how crazy this one. This is so all over the map. It is beyond the pale, man. It is absolutely insane what these guys are doing. So the left-wing groups are challenging Marjorie Taylor Greene to remove her from the ballots. But there's a judge that obviously, where did he come from? Let's just say that he probably popped up by, I don't know, probably like maybe Obama. Yeah. So a federal judge ruled on Monday, and this is one's also coming in from Truth Press. Marjorie Taylor Greene candidacy in next year's election. They're trying to block Greene from seeking re-election claims. The lawmaker violated the Constitution's disqualification clause by engaging in supposed insurrection against the U.S. government in January 6, 2021, the breach of the U.S. Capitol building. So, Judge Amy Totenberg, District Court for the Northern District of Georgia is an appointee of former President Barack Obama. Remember, we keep saying elections mean things. Reject the Greene's request for a preliminary injunction and temporary restraining order in the case. A 73-page ruling, the judge ruled that Greene 47 failed to meet the burden of persuasion in her request for a temporary injunction. She wrote the court focused on whether Greene could establish a strongly likelihood on prevailing on the merits of the legal claims. Now, here's where things get really, really, really crazy. You guys got to hear this part. So you got to remember the history of things. The KKK, Dred Scott, segregation, a bunch of other things were encroached on, stuffed upon the American public, stuffed up our bums by the Democrat Party. Now, listen to this part. The challenge that Greene aided and engaged in the insurrection to obstruct the peaceful transfer of presidential power, disqualifying her from serving as a member of Congress under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment and rendering her ineligible under state and federal law to be a candidate for such office. The rarely invoked disqualification clause in Section 3 of the 14th Amendment was enacted in the wake of the Civil War to keep former Confederates out of Congress. Wow. The challenge brought by a left-wing group claims Greene cannot serve in Congress because before, on, or after January 6, 2021, Greene voluntarily aided and engaged in the insurrection to obstruct the peaceful transfer of presidential power, disqualifying her from serving as a member of Congress under Section 3, 14th Amendment, and rendering her ineligible to under state and federal law to be a candidate for such office. Now, here's the thing. So they're basically using something dating from the Civil War to try to wipe her out and keep her from popping in. Well, there is such a thing as a write-in candidate in Georgia. How do you do such a thing? Well, how do you write in a candidate? Well, in Georgia, it's not as simple as writing in Daffy Duck because it just won't count. All qualified write-in candidates in Georgia have to meet a September 4 deadline that required them to publish a classified ad notifying the public of their intent to run for public office, and then a September 10 deadline to file paperwork and an affidavit with the state. Now, anybody that's a lawyer would know this stuff. You can look at these candidates on the elections tab on the Georgia Secretary of State website, www.sos.ga.gov. Once you are on the elections page, look for candidate info near the top header, and then select qualified candidate information on the drop-down menu. Full list of qualified write-in candidates will be available at every polling place on request. So, potentially, there is a workaround for this one to get her back on the ballot. Last story, looking at about 10:05 right now. Don't want to run the show too terribly late, but here we go again. Woke. And man, I'll tell you what, I bet you he still has female plumbing. But Apple goes woke and adds a pregnant man emoji to iPhones. Folks, I'm still rocking Android, okay? As a matter of fact, so hardcore that I actually built another 1T backup Android, okay? This tablet that I currently have in front of me is an Android tablet. I do not use Apple devices for a very good reason, is I don't want to support the politics. And the only reason why I even have like older Apple devices is, let me pull one down here real fast, is because they are already bought, already owned, and well, they're not making any more money on it because they are mine already. So Apple's not making a dime off of something that I already own. Like this one, which is the Mega Godzilla 160 gig iPod. You know, of course I have, older ones I still have. Is it? What? Is that? No, it's hiding. I also have another one there. I also have nanos and all kinds of other goodies, but I do not run an iPhone and I don't follow the herd. I'm not going to step in the crap following these guys, but they add a pregnant man emoji to iPhones. Now, I got to tell you what, if somebody ever sends me that, even as a joke, they're immediately going to get blocked. I'm not going to receive any more phone calls from them. And I'm just not going to deal with them any longer because that is just beyond stupid. To say that somebody is a quote unquote pregnant man is idiocy. Because no matter what they say, no matter how much they change the outside on things, as soon as you run a blood test and a genetic tracing on anybody, no matter how they dress themselves up and all the stuff they bolted on or took off, they're going to show as what they were born as their true sex. I'm not going to say gender. Gender is stupid, okay? Gender asserts like male or female in sentence structure, and it is not the definition of what parts that you have, whether you're an innie or an outie, okay? So Apple, bite me hard. I'm not going to use your products. And Facebook, I'm going to wait those 30 days. And I'm really not going to do a whole hell of a lot on there. But I'll tell you what, man, from here on in, I'm going to phrase stuff in such a way that you won't be able to fry me again. Because if I'd simply said burn them to the ground, quote, legally in court, that would have been all I really had to say. But anybody could have seen that comment for what it was and would have seen it not as like, hey, man, go over there distinctly, find this place in which they do business, set it on fire. That was not my intentions or my statements. They knew it, but they're like, oh, no, you're inserting violence upon society. That wasn't what I said, okay? So nice try, go away, screaming libtards. Once Section 230 goes out, you butt bungs are going to cry your eyes out. Believe that. Anyway, so coming on stuff as it is. How many things do I have going on here? Don't need that. Anyway, so looking at stuff as it is, me get myself all squared away here. And I guess we'll break off on this one. But I appreciate your kind attention. You guys hanging out with me tonight. I know you had many other places to go, but you guys hanging out with me. And I truly appreciate your kind attention. So I'm going to break off on this one. Eat good, keep thundering. As always, you know it, you love it. And, good stuff like that there. You guys decided to hang out with me, and I truly appreciate your kind attentions. You get a gold star for attendance, and I guess I'll see you guys next week. I might put another video. I don't know. Car is down for the moment. I got, not a whole heck of a lot of Uber stuff going on. So I might do store stuff online and good stuff like that there. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good week, and see you guys, and eat well, eat good, keep it, eat well, eat good, keep it tendering. As always, you know what you love, and I'll see you guys later, and see you guys later. See ya.